Hey folks, welcome back to Chris Wyatt Reports. This is Chris in Central Pennsylvania. Now this is a story that broke previously, but one that's garnering more attention here as we get to and past Remembrance Day, November 11th, 2024. Now in the past I've found very little use for Patricia DeLille's Good Party, which seems to exist solely as a vanity project. However, the party organ in Nelson Mandela Bay has raised very interesting questions regarding the validity of the Democratic Alliance's internal processes regarding Deputy Mayor Rabin Figlin, particularly in light of the party's shameful conduct in the sacking of former Member of Parliament Ronaldo Ros. Now, according to a Good Party statement issued back on October 8th this year by Chantal Kidd, a Good councillor in George in the Western Cape, this is what the statement had to say. An investigation by the Democratic Alliance's Federal Legal Commission, the same group that investigated Ronaldo Ros, confirmed that Figlin blackmailed a matriculant to provide nude photographs of his sexual nature. The deputy mayor threatened to expose the girl's relationship with another boy to her parents if she did not comply. Now, the girl in question was traumatized by the events and eventually dropped out of school. After meeting with the girl, the commission suggested the party pay for counseling and psychological treatment to address the trauma resulting from her interaction with a senior party official. Now, this is coming from the investigation, apparently. Figlin, who is married, originally lied to his own political party about the relationship with the matriculant, but when presented with the evidence, was forced to admit this and other relationships with young people. Now, he justified his actions to the Democratic Alliance, saying that they were all 18 years of age or older. Well, that makes it all okay. Okay, sure. Not. Figlin seems to have no appreciation that as an adult in a position of power such as deputy mayor, there's a clear power disparity in play here. Not only is it inappropriate conduct for an official, but it is exploitation, according to the Good Party. And I would have to agree 100%. Now, according to the Good Party, the DA's own internal investigation concluded that there is certainly prima facie evidence that Figlin has committed an act of misconduct in terms of the federal constitution of the Democratic Alliance, and as a leader in the local executive government, Figlin is expected to show umbria fidelis in his conduct, the highest standard of good faith, that is. So that is interesting because this is why they kicked Ronaldo Ros out of the party over something that never occurred. Now, engaging in extortionist behavior, regardless of the age of a person involved, does not meet this standard by any stretch of the imagination, says the Good Party, and I agree 100%. The Good Party states that Mr. Figlin lies without hesitation and shows no sign of embarrassment when caught out in his lies. The incident in question took place in 2022 and was brought to the attention of the Democratic Alliance's Western Cape provincial leader, Tertius Simmers, back in October of 2023. While the Good Party statement seems to have garnered little public attention back in October, the topic is once again in the news on Remembrance Day, as both News 24 and IOL reported separately. On Remembrance Day, the Democratic Alliance's Member of Parliament Willie Ocamp reportedly issued a statement, though I cannot find the statement at either the DA website nor at their Twitter X account. This is what the statement from Willie Ocamp had to say. The DA took the allegations in this matter extremely seriously. The DA Federal Legal Commission conducted a detailed and thorough investigation over 6 months under the leadership of an experienced attorney to establish any verifiable evidence to substantiate the allegations. Despite repeated efforts, the key witness in the case refused to testify. And without her evidence, it was impossible for the panel to convict Councillor Figlin in the matter. It was, however, factually established that the young woman involved was over 18 at the time the alleged incident occurred, ruling out allegations of criminal liability. Well, that, folks, is an interesting take on the matter, given Good's claim that the recommendations of Democratic Alliance's Glynis Breitenbach, George Michaelis, and Marius Victor go one step further by suggesting the party should consider possible transgression in terms of the Children's Act 35 or Criminal Law Amendment Act 32, and that the matter be reported to law enforcement. So lying to investigators is not a disqualifying incident to the Democratic Alliance? Well, perhaps Ronaldo Ros should have lied when he was investigated rather than be truthful. Without her evidence, it was impossible for the panel to convict Councillor Figlin in the matter. Convict? Democratic Alliance, your investigation is not a criminal matter. You need only be convinced. Good's statement seems at odds with Willie Ocamp's press release on Remembrance Day. So where's the truth here, folks? And why do we have to wait nearly 10 months for this? They said it was a 6-month investigation. It doesn't take 4 months to adjudicate a 6-month investigation. They sure rushed to judgment on Ronaldo Ros and reached a cowardly decision in less than 90 days. Now, the Good Party added that despite the DA's internal investigation concluded in February this year, the party has failed to act from their perspective. In August, counsel accepted a report that found there was not enough evidence to proceed with the disciplinary process. However, it is now clear that the Democratic Alliance has access to all the required evidence. Good believes we need a zero-tolerance approach. Extorting explicit images from schoolgirls is improper conduct and unbecoming of a public office bearer. The DA-led municipality must effectively deal with their deputy mayor by removing him and suspending him while a thorough investigation is conducted. And in this response, I agree 100% with the good party. The DA claims that they're so concerned about transgressions, yet they convict Ronaldo Jos of an incident that is not even a transgression in a hyperbole video that he produced 14 years ago when a private citizen making the point about how certain politicians can say the most egregious things, and if a regular citizen was to do it, how they would be ostracized and how it would cost them dearly. Well, in fact, Ronaldo made his point in that video 14 years later, and unfortunately it cost him his political career. It's a shame. By all accounts, he would have been a good member of parliament. Certainly his performance as a councillor in Nelson Mandela Bay holds that to be true based on what his constituents will tell you. So in this case, we have a gentleman who is accused of sexting minor children, although they're claiming they're not minor. But whatever the case is, they're schoolgirls. They're in high school. Here's a married man as a deputy mayor of a municipality sexting high school girls. Well, it reminds me of a certain actor in a certain movie said, you know, the best thing about high school, the older I get, the girls still stay the same age. Wow. Pretty creepy, pretty creepy. And the DA caught the man lying, and then they presented the evidence that he lied, and he's still a counselor and the deputy mayor of the municipality of George. For shame, Democratic Alliance, for shame. You have destroyed any credibility you have. Your treatment, your so-called investigation in the matter of Ronaldo Jos, your conduct here, your shameful dismissing of other events. This is a party that if you go to their page and look at their values, there isn't one single value listing the conduct of their members of their party. Nothing. Nothing. It's all about inclusion and opportunity, all things that should be there for the values of the party. But the values should include good conduct and behavior by their elected officials and party members. But this gentleman, according to their own investigation, which I don't have access to, but apparently Good does have access to it, if true, he was caught sexting high school girls and threatening them, extorting them. If they didn't send him naked pictures, he would expose them. Wow. That's not enough to get you kicked out of government? The Democratic Alliance, now in league with the ANC, more and more begins to resemble the African National Congress. More and more in its conduct. This is another reason why the Democratic Alliance will suffer terribly in the municipal elections in 2026. For shame, for shame. Hypocrisy thy name is Democratic Alliance. What say you, DA? Do you have a spokesman like to talk about this and give us better information? All we have is what's publicly available. Your statement and a statement by Good. Where does the truth lie? Is the gentleman innocent? Did he not text high school girls? And let's just throw the extortion part out. Let's just throw the part out about sexting, about demanding naked photographs of high school girls. Let's throw that out. Why is the mayor of George texting high school girls? That doesn't raise your eyebrows, Democratic Alliance? You think it's okay for elected officials in the 30s, 40s, and 50s to be texting high school girls? I mean, is he the soccer coach? Is he the lacrosse coach there? No, he's not. Why is he texting high school girls? If that doesn't send red flags up for the Democratic Alliance, then you are simply not a legitimate organization. What say you, folks? Certainly got my attention. Cheers.